Scott Pierce here with Listings to Leads. Excuse me. So, John, here is your webinar, all shiny and free. So, thank you for joining us. Yesterday, during our expired live call, we do 4 of them a week. Yeah, we got one more coming up tonight. Goodness gracious, what is today? Today's Wednesday. Yes, today at 4 o'clock East Coast, 7 o'clock Pacific. We will be rehashing the expired live webinar that we do 4 times a week. Last night, this guy, dude, Leo. All right, Leo, I got to say, man, you are slacking. Leo here with us, 10 listings in 10 weeks, using the expired presentations, going after the expireds. He also uses these for seller leads. So we got the different versions of these presentations, right? 27 pages. You can create and print them yourself. You can have us create and print them for you. But Leo, welcome. This guy, though, Leo, instead of taking 10 weeks to get 10 listings, he got 16 listings in 2 weeks. I actually pinged him a little bit later and just confirmed with him. And yes, in fact, it was true. I'm going to be interviewing him on Friday. And all he uses is Listings to Leads and a CRM. List a few things there that he does, which I'm going to clarify with him when I talk to him on Friday. And I said, of the 16 that were expired, or 16 that you got in 2 weeks, how many of them were expired? He said 5 of them. And I said, dude, even if I got 5 listings in 2 weeks, I would be absolutely thrilled. I asked him what he did as far as the expireds in particular. And he said, I just follow your training. I just do what you say. And that's the best success that people have, getting engaged with expireds, getting expireds in their pipeline, getting listing presentations going, closing expireds, marketing the expired, getting the expired sold. All use Listings to Leads, all the way from creating the presentation to marking it just sold, all through Listings to Leads. So if you got any questions on that, let me know. And again, we got our next call at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. East Coast time, where we review expired stuff specifically. But the Wednesday afternoon call, that's a little bit more random. So we might talk about anything tonight. So Leo, I'm waiting for you, man. 16 in 2 weeks. I know you can do it. All of us can do it. Any one of you can use this and have a listing in your pipeline before the end of the week. Tomorrow's Thursday. All right. In 2 days before the end of close on Friday, you could have a listing in the pipeline if you start on this. Join us tonight and get started. Leo, would you say that's possible? I think it's absolutely possible. And wouldn't even be, I would just say, yeah, you make the phone calls, you send the text, you send the email, do a couple of door knockings. You could literally have a listing in your pipeline, a short, medium term pipeline within 48 hours. Right? I think easy. Leo, what do you think? Let me know what you think, Leo. Would love to hear your opinion on that as somebody who has followed our training on this quite successfully. But we are talking about Facebook ads. And this is really important. All right. This is going to be a super important webinar today. Really want you to pay attention. I want you to get your distractions out, because we do the Facebook ads in a way that I don't think anybody else does. At least they don't make it this easy. And that is to add custom questions. And I'm going to show you 3 examples here. And then I'm going to show you a blog post that we did where you can have access to it always. And, oh, how's our video? Is our video good? Someone said the video is pausing. Let me know if I need to redo my video. Let me know if yes, you're good. No, you have an issue. Let me know real quick if you can. Katie, I apologize. Nothing worse than, so John's good. Katie, everybody, let me know. We'll keep going. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. So, and we're going to walk through how to do all of these ads. And we can even do how to do a custom free list of homes for sale at your IDX using Listings to Leads to make it so easy. But real quickly, here we got an ad for a home value. And I love this ad. Screenshot it. Take a screenshot. You can use it. You can ask me for it in the mastermind group. I'll share it in the mastermind group. And this is a very similar template to what we talk about. 32 homes sold in Lewis Center last month. But what stood out wasn't the number, it was how differently they were priced. I think that's nice. It gets some interest. People are like, what do you mean differently priced? Some sold quickly with strong activity. Others sat longer, even at a similar price points. If you're wondering where your home might fall right now, you can take a look here. And it says, what would your home sell for now? She generated 11 leads, $66, $11 cost per lead. They're landing on a home value landing page, which I'll show you in this webinar. But here's the important part. And this is going to be true for any ad, buyer ad, seller, any ad that you do with listings to leads, is that you get name, email, and phone number, of course, but then you can add up to 3 to 5 other questions. We will default 3. There's 3 for the buyers, 3 for the sellers. The reason this is so important, and this is why I want you to really listen, it is not about generating leads. It's about engaging with the leads. And so these questions, they go a long way to really helping you get more information from which you can then add more value to that person. Does that make sense? So here you're going to see 3 questions, and we got over 20 you can select from for both buyer and then another group for seller. Time frame to sell. Curious what your home could sell for right now. See how my 100-point marketing plan works for your home. Those 3 questions. Let me show you. When they click on this ad, they're going to see a lead form that looks like this. So they're going to see this lead form, and I didn't need to do that. Bring it back a little bit, make it easier. The lead form has those 3 questions that have to be answered before you go to the next step, which is name, email, and phone number. And so from here, they can start telling you a little bit about their journey, a little bit about what's going on in their mind. What's your time frame to sell? It could be just thinking. It could be 12 plus months, 1 to 3, 3 to 6. Curious what your home could sell for right now. Yes or no? If they say yes, and I see it depends, anywhere from 20 to 50% of people are going to say yes to that. Depends on the ad, depends on the property, if you're doing a pending sold. But when people say yes to that, in your follow-up, you're going to mention, thank you for clicking on the ad about home sales in wherever that was, Lewis Center. And I see that you're curious about what your home could sell for right now. What is your property address? You cannot collect property address in Facebook ad. You will get your account suspended if you try. So it is going to be up to you in the follow-up now, because they asked, or they said yes to, they are curious about what their home could sell for now. Now you can follow up with them. And I would follow up and I'd say, hey, Leo, this is Scott at XYZ Realty. And you clicked on my ad for what homes are going for right now in Lewis Center. And I saw that you're curious about what your home could sell for right now. What is your property address? Oh, my 123 Main Street. Okay, great. Have you done anything to the property that I should know about? Any kind of updates? It's a corner lot. It's got a view, maybe. Is there anything about the property that I should know about? And get a little bit of information. Find out, could they be interested in a cash offer, right? Is that something you might be interested in? But now you've got something to follow up with beyond just name, email, and phone number, and thank you for clicking my ad, right? The next question right here, see how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home. That is the one you've got in your Listings to Leads account. It's right here, right? And I believe that might be sent to them automatically. I can't remember. If it's not, follow up, all right? Follow up with them. That is just, they want to see your marketing plan from Listings to Leads. That's right in your account. All of you should know exactly where it is. If not, I'll show you. But this is an example of a lead notification. So I'm going to get their name, their email, their phone number, and I'm going to see they're just thinking. They said yes to the home marketing plan. They said yes to what could this home sell for. So now in my follow-up, I've got a lot of great conversation points here. There's another ad. This was an ad for a property that is for sale. Yep, for sale. There you go, right there, for sale. $50 budget, 227 to lead, 22 total leads, 5 questions. He's got 5 questions that the lead has to answer before name, email, and phone number and getting to the property website automatically. And it takes under a minute to get the ad done. So when we go through doing the ad is the easiest part. Thinking, just making sure we got the right questions and then that we're following up based on that. Make sense? So 5 questions. Look at that. What's your time frame to buy? Would you like a list of priced reduced homes for sale? See if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. So he added that question custom. Do you have a home to sell? What would be most helpful right now? That is 5 points of contact. All right. We got the name, we got the email, we got phone number. And now we got all of this. It's like we're getting a book. Here are 3 of the leads that he got. Yes, I have a home to sell. What would be most helpful? Best areas or neighborhoods. And that's phenomenal follow up, right? When you say best neighborhoods or areas, what does that mean to you? Do you have kids? Do you work from home? Do you have a car? Do you want to take public transit? Whatever is appropriate for your area, right? You might be in a rural, right? Do you mean where you can have cows? Where you can have chickens? I don't know. Depending on your area, it's going to be different things. So you're going to be able to add more value. Time frame to buy, 6 to 12. List of price reduced, yes. More great follow-up. In my follow-up, I see you want to get a list of price reduced homes for sale. That's phenomenal. I can set you up so that you get those even before Zillow and other websites do. What areas are you looking for? Are you looking for the Lewis Center area, or in this case, it was Jopa, Missouri? Are you looking just in Jopa? Is there anything I should know about so that I can set you up with the best list of price reduced homes for sale? So you're adding a lot more value if you respond to what they're letting you know they want. All right. And that's what these questions are doing for you. See if you qualify for zero down. No. Same ad. No to having a home to sell. What would be most helpful? First time buyer, down payment. Time frame to buy, 1 to 3. Get a list of price reduced. Yes. See if you qualify for zero down. Yes. They are going to be waiting. All right. First time home buyer, obviously. Looks like they might be excited about buying, or maybe they got a lease coming up in a few months and they're ready to rock. Look at that. They're ready to go. They want to get a list of price reduced from you. They want help with down payment assistance. This is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's take a look at a few more here because I really want to, I want to drive this home so hard that this is very natural to you, because asking good questions creates good follow-up, much more opportunity for good follow-up, creates deals. When we can engage in our follow-up based on these questions, we're going to get more deals just naturally. So no home to sell, first time buyer again, 6 to 12 months. Oh, that was the one I read a minute ago, I think, maybe, or I duplicated it. Another lead, 3 to 6 months, no home. Yes, the down payment. What would be most helpful? Estimated monthly payments for this home. Because there's 5 different things they can put. And then yes to price reduced. It's absolutely awesome. Here is a just sold. I love just sold and pending listings are 2 of my favorite. So we looked at the home value. That was awesome. I love it. We looked at a Facebook ad here now for a just sold, and $6.20 a lead, $50 budget, 8 total leads. And these are all live right now. These are all just ads I found that are live right now. So these are not from 2 years ago or anything weird. Name, email, and phone number. And he's got 3 questions. What's your time frame to sell? Curious what your home could sell for now. See how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home. Here's what it looks like when you click the ad. And that's default. Every seller ad gets those 3 questions by default. So yes, they want to see the 100-point home marketing plan. So we're going to send them this, right from our Listings to Leads account. They're just thinking about selling and they're curious about what their home could sell for right now. That's awesome. And the last one here we're going to look at, we got one more. 1 to 3 months. Yes, yes. Awesome. Great follow up. 1 to 3 months. Yet. So this lead said yes and customize for my home. That right there is absolute gold because what they're asking you for, they're asking you to create this presentation featuring their home, which means they are thinking about selling this right here. And they're curious about what their home could sell for right now. If I got that, holy, yeah, I'm going to be calling them up. I thank you for requesting more information and you want to get my 100-point home marketing plan customized for your home. That's phenomenal. What is the address of your home? And let me pull up the information so I can create that presentation for you. All right, phenomenal. And I see you're curious about your home could sell for right now. I'll put all this together in a package and I can either email it to you, I could mail it to you, I could drop it off if you like. What would be most convenient for you? Come on, look at that. Yes, and customize for my home. That's just like adding a listing presentation to your account. You know how when you add a listing presentation, it will create the flip book, it'll create the printable PDF, and it's got their home on the cover all the way throughout. It's got their name on the cover, their address on the cover. So that's why these ads, and you're generating leads and those questions helping to shape the follow-up and then leveraging the tools like the 100-point home marketing plan, like the ability to give a free home value estimate right from within listings to leads, all of this great stuff. Absolutely phenomenal. When you log in, are your Facebook and Instagram ads not working the way you hoped? This is a summary of what we just reviewed. So a lot of this right here, this will take you to our blog. And this blog post, I would, even if you don't have a chance to read it right now or whenever you log in, click and open this up and just leave this laying around. This is such a great look. I even got examples of the lead forms so you can see what it looked like. So take a look at that later, but we're going to be reviewing the main points. And then I got examples showing you more ads and the follow-up and talking about that. So you can take 80 Facebook leads and this guy 5 seller leads from a pending listing at $461 each. My only criticism to people that have a great ad going, and I'll show you today, don't let it end. Don't let a good ad end. If you got a good cost per lead coming in, you got great questions, you're doing good follow-up, keep the ad running. Holy cow. So let's do this. Let's go do a couple of listings first. And one point of note for the guy who, let me delete that. For the guy who did 16 listings in 2 weeks, one of the things that he's doing, he's running ads for what I call aspirational listings in his area. So he'll find listings to borrow and he'll run multiple ads at a time. And he sends the e-flyer for that listing to his database. So he's sending 3 of our e-flyers to his database a week for different listings. So they might be his, or they might be listings that he borrows that are aspirational to get to where he wants to be at. Does that make sense? So he's not pulling back or he's not hiding out. He's adding listings into his account that are great listings that he's excited to buy or sell, the listings that are interesting to his audience. And so I'll talk more about that a little bit later as well. But for the Facebook ad, for any listing, so here we got just listed. This could be open house coming soon. I'm going to click Facebook and Instagram ad right there. Yeah. Is that distracting? I get it. 100%. That better? Thank you, Linda, for asking the question. I appreciate that. So as soon as I click Facebook and Instagram ads, I'm right here where I need to be. Folsom, California, right? 15 radius miles, lifetime budget, 35. For buyer leads, $10 a day minimum, right? $10 a day minimum. At the blog post, I mentioned that. At the blog post that I mentioned earlier about how to succeed with Facebook ads, even if you failed before, I tell you, don't mess with our presets. Leave our presets alone. When you start generating a lot of great leads, then you can start messing with the stuff. In the beginning, I highly recommend for 95% of you just leaving everything as is. Just change the dollar amount, like I did, to $10 a day minimum and hit create ad. That's it. This ad will go live in 10 to 15 minutes. It will collect name, email, phone number. It'll collect the answers to the 3 questions. What's your time frame to buy? What would be most helpful right now? And shoot, no, I already forget what the other one was. Let's take a look right here. So let's take a look at what the ad will look like. And it's going to link to the single property website automatically. So there's literally nothing you need to do on that. Everything is done. Sometimes people get to, I'm missing something. No, you're not missing anything. So the ad, people click, and there we go. What's your time frame to buy? By default, I don't have to do anything. Do you have a home to sell? What would be most helpful right now? Homes in my price range, estimated monthly payments, first time buyer, best areas or neighborhoods, new listings or price drops. They got those 5 options. Right? Boom, boom. Look at that. Continue, name, email, phone number, and they go on through continue. They're going to end up on the single property website for that listing. It's literally that easy. Now we're going to do it one more time, and I'm going to show you how to edit those questions. Make sense? You land right here, and this is landing pages, PDF guides, listings, other things. The work area is always going to look very similar. So it's location, radius, budget. Again, always make sure $10 a day minimum. It's going to want to go for a week by default. I can change the template. I can put a video here. There's a lot of things I can do. But for those questions, advanced options, create new form. And then right here, form questions. We're going to open it up, and there we can see name, email, and phone number. Right? That looks normal. What's your time frame to buy is on. And so there's a group for buyers, so buyer leads, and then there's a different set of questions for seller leads. So this will be different for the seller leads. I'll add, would you like a list, price reduced? That's great. See if you qualify for 0 down. Yeah, it's up to you. If you don't want to deal with this kind of thing, then don't put it there. We just have different questions for different people. What's the most important to you in your next home? This is a great question. And we got for different buyer profiles. So if your home is more in the family move up pool, you can use that one. And what we do is we change the default question or the replies or the answers based on the buyer profile. That's why the questions are the same, but it's the responses that are different. We can offer to send current builder incentives. So if you got new construction, that could be great. A little bit about monthly payments and credit score, down payment, right? Biggest goal for your next move. But once you turn on what you want, no more than 4 or 5. Don't go 6 and 7. You're just going to really make people mad. And so now I can see I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. They're getting things like, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? What's most important to you in your next home? This helps buyers. And I think the reason why this works so well for 2 to 3xing your follow-up is buyers feel like, hey, this is somebody that wants to help. Right? We're not asking really bizarre questions. We're asking questions that follow the path of what they're thinking and doing and going through. So these questions, right? We don't want to do too many. There's a fine line between too many questions and being annoying, and having 3 to 4, maybe 5 questions that they're going to answer. What would be most helpful right now? How can I be of help right now? What a great question. And they're going to reply in a way that you need to be paying attention to, so that when you follow up, hey, I know he said that he'd like to get a list of new listings and price drops, or monthly payments for this home, or down payment assistance help, or whatever it was, the best areas and neighborhoods. So based on what they say in your follow-up, you're going to hit a home run. Just hit create form. Once you got the ones turned on that you want, and then close advanced options. And let's see, yeah, give it a second here. Close advanced options and hit create ad. It's that easy. Right? Boom. So we got our ad live. Phenomenal. What about your follow-up? So if you do not have a CRM, then you can use our email follow-up, our AI text follow-up. The leads go to the leads tab. And from there, you can actually manage them pretty well. You can add actions and reminders and different things like that. Use it like a light CRM. If you already have a CRM, if you got Bold, FUB, Go High Level, whatever you got, make sure to go to your profile and then click the CRM integrations, and we've got all those connections. We've even got Zapier, we got API Nation, direct connects to a lot of the CRMs where you just put in their little code or email or something, and it'll connect. So your leads go to your CRM and get into a campaign there. If your CRM has AI text follow-up, phenomenal, or voice, whatever. If not, I highly recommend using ours. The AI text is, think of it as like the first line of defense. You are not going to be able to follow up with these leads perfectly, right? So you got your email follow-up, you might have other follow-up coming out of your CRM, but to have an AI text follow-up as another layer on top of that will just help make sure that you don't lose these leads. Now, that said, if you want to take a look at it, click subscribe. It is an add-on service. Just use 50 leads. You can always upgrade when you're doing great, right? Hit next, boom, bada bing. You'll select a name and then you'll make a few other options and you'll have that live in under a minute. It's super, super quick, super easy. And that way the next lead that comes through will get engaged. And every time the AI text engages with the lead, you get a notification. Hey, we engaged this lead. Okay, great. Then every time the lead responds, you're going to get notified. So as the lead responds, you're going to get a notification. In the notification, you can actually tap from your phone or from your laptop, go right to that contact record, manage the whole thing. You can turn it off, right? If you get a hold of them, for example, you might want to go in and just turn it off. So to that point, then you still need to be doing time blocking and lead follow-up. There's absolutely no getting away from the fact that whether you've got, hopefully you got the email follow-up dialed in, you got your text follow-up dialed in, and then you got your phone call. So you got phone calls. Linda, I think 6 months, something like 6 months. Yeah. And when you do any ad, you'll see the option for this. So, and then it's right along the top on most of the pages as well. All right, let's go look at a just sold. Any of you, whether you're the buyer's agent or the seller's agent, and you've had a listing close in the last 30 to 60 days, I would mark it. I love just sold listings and pending and just sold. Get with our support team if you need help on how to get that into your account. But let's say I got a pending listing and I got just sold listing agent. You can do this as just sold selling agent as well. Market listing. All right. Then Facebook, Instagram ads. All right. Like we spoke about before. That's going to put us in that very familiar looking work area. And so we can see, right, this looks very familiar to before, but now it's going for seller leads because it's pending or sold. You can see here, and always this is editable. Another home in Folsom, California just sold. Your home value has been affected by this home being sold. Click below text, and they click. They're going to go to the just sold single property website. And I'll show you. So when they click that ad, they land on the property website. And the lead form, the automated lead form here is this one. So they can enter to get a free home value estimate. But they're on the property website, so they can get all the great details about this property. Right, your 3D tour, your videos, your 100-point home marketing plan, not only are you generating leads with all that great information, but they can download your 100-point home marketing plan right from the website. If they skip the pop-up, they can actually get their home value inside of your single property website where they land after the ad. They can download a PDF guide. So not only is the ad itself phenomenal, but where they land is phenomenal. So again, just like for the buyer, we confirm location, Folsom, radius 15, lifetime budget. So for seller, you want to be at 15 minimum, 15 to 20 a day. For pending and just sold, the average cost per seller lead, name, email, phone number, and the 3 questions, 10 to 15. For home value, is normally around 20, 15 to 20, but some people do better. So I'm just going to hit create ad. I can retarget, I can do custom audiences. I got a lot of great options. But keep in mind, a ad to a custom audience is not the same as an ad to your just market in general. So custom audiences are great, but I still want to run an ad to bring new people in as well. And a lot of it depends on how big your target, your custom audience is. Let's take a look at what the ad's going to look like. And then I'm going to show you the custom questions again, so we're comfortable with that. So you can do this with your ads. Normally, once you submit it to Facebook, it'll take a couple of minutes, maybe a minute for that link to be active, like this one I'm looking at right now. And so then you're going to scroll down a little bit and you're going to find your ad. There's our ad right there. Right? So people see your ad, they click, and here are the 3 default questions. What's your time frame to sell? Curious what your home could sell for right now. And then see how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home. Yes, and customize for my home. Not right now. That's their options. I mean, like, oh my God. Boom, boom. This is so phenomenal. Because now when I get the lead, do you have a home to sell? Yes or no? Would you like to see my 100+ point home marketing plan? I see on average anywhere from 15 to 20%, 15 to 20, up to 30 to 40% of people will say yes to that. Phenomenal. Oh, let me come back here. And then to the question of curious what your home could sell for right now, about the same. Maybe 15 to 20% say yes on the low, and anywhere from maybe 25 to 30%, 30 to 40 on the high. It depends on the property, depends on the offer, but you're going to see a minimum typically of 15% of the people are going to say yes. Now, what's your time frame to sell is not really a question. It is, but it's not telling us. Let me rephrase that. What is your time frame to sell? Great. Okay, now I know a little bit perhaps about your motivation. 1 to 3, I know you're thinking about selling sooner. 12 plus, just thinking. I don't really know, right? So anyways, but when you got the replies to these other 2 questions, and they say yes to any one of them or both, I would say of all of these ads, probably of the people that say no and no, like just thinking no, 20 to 30%, which is phenomenal. That means 80 to 70% of the people are going to say yes to one of these questions, right? 70 to 80, I'll say 60 to 70. Let's say 60 to 70, because I audit these all the time. Go in there and I look at them and I try to look at the property or the offer, depending on the responses. And I'm getting pretty good at actually guessing a nice home that's going to get really good responses. All right. Super low end might be investors that are looking, might be first time buyers. And so those are different audiences. So, anyways, yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Now let's do this again where we look at those custom questions, because again, the custom questions is where the money is at. And that's on top of being able to customize everything. Again, customize the text. If you see something on Facebook you want to try, you got a coach, you've got some other thing that you want to try, go for it. Change the text, change the image, put a video in there. Just don't forget to change the budget, right, to $15 a day minimum. So 15 times 7 is like 105. Say 120 for a week is fine. And then we're going to look at those questions. So advanced options, create new form. Now remember, sellers are different. It's not buyers. We're going to open up form questions and you're going to see what's your time frame to sell. It's on. Curious what your home could sell for right now. Turned on. And down here, see my 100-point home marketing plan. Now check this out. What's the magic number for your home? No obligation. See how AI can help you sell faster for top dollar. I like that one. In fact, I might turn that one on. Would you sell your home in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? Like that question. And so now I look at that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 questions and I can rearrange them. Like I might put, whatever, that's fine. What's your time frame to sell? Curious what your home could sell for right now. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? Actually, I know some people that use that and they get 20 to 30% of the time people say yes. Talk about follow up, just similar to what we talked about before when people put curious what your home could sell for right now. Okay, that's great. What's the property address? Anything I should know about the home? In next 1 to 3 months, very similar, but it just gives you more on the time. Would they be motivated to sell if they thought they could get the right price? And then see how AI can help you sell faster. My 100-point home marketing plan, create new form. And then I just close advanced options. You're comfortable with this now, right? You're comfortable with those questions. I know it's scary to click something that says advanced options. I get it. Boom, bing, done. Awesome. And again, we got the AI text follow-up if you don't have it. But if you do have it at your CRM, phenomenal. Make sure you're using it. For the email follow-up in listings to leads, let me just show you. Follow-up is key, right? Facebook ads are only going to be successful if they result in you engaging leads and then eventually getting them in your pipeline and then closing them, going out, working with them as buyers, working with them as sellers, right? Taking them down the pipeline. So that's why I spend the time I do like I am doing, because generating leads is fine, but we want to make sure that we are not just generating, but that we are engaging leads at a higher level. All right. All right. So our email follow-up, if it's off, you've got seller follow-up, buyer follow-up, seller follow-up in Spanish, buyer follow-up in Spanish. You can create your own campaigns if you want to. Ours are really good. We got a lot of great feedback on them. You just click to turn it on. It's going to give you a couple of options to select from. What email do I want to use? Which list will this campaign go to? Seller leads. Send it to all the current leads in there, yes or no, and make it recurring, which we suggest, and then hit save. It's literally that fast. And then every new seller lead I generate, they're going to get the autoresponder to begin with. And then if I've got AI text turned on, AI text will connect, and then the email follow-up will go out. It's actually, if you don't have a CRM, you're pretty much fine with us. But we want to support your CRM. We want to support wherever it is that you're keeping your leads. And so again, yeah, go to your profile, click on CRM integration, and then from there, you can connect your CRM. So now I'm on the ads page. A couple of things here. Create new audience or create audience. If you've got RedX, Vulcan 7, MyPlus leads, and you want to import like a neighborhood list as an audience, so all the homeowners in Whitney Oaks, you can download all those and then upload here into a custom audience in Facebook. If you don't get the proper format for that upload, just use ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. Just upload your list and say, I'm trying to format this for a Facebook custom audience upload. And then can do that. And then it will run through. It'll say, yes, I can. It'll mess it up. You'll do it again. You'll get it right. And then you'll have a custom audience. That can take anywhere from 15 minutes to a few days. You want a custom audience of at least 1,000 contacts and or leads. One of the things you want to make sure is they will typically match anywhere from 60 to 70%. So this could be your database. Your database is something you definitely should have as a custom audience. And what's great about that, once you get, whether it's a neighborhood, your database, your email list, once it's in here as a custom audience, whether it's a buyer ad or a seller ad, but especially the seller ads. So let's go create landing page. We're going to do the home value, like the one we saw earlier. So I got a couple of options here, but free home values is good. Autofill to zip code. I'll show you, you can delete that or leave it. It's going to do a lead ad, which I like. And then it's going to cycle through. All of this is completely editable. I can edit the image. That could be a video, like I mentioned before. The only difference is now I got to add in the city, the location. Keep in mind budget and audience. So this is another kind of a key point, and I mentioned this on that blog post earlier. Keep in mind you got to have a good enough budget for your audience. And so when I say $10 a day for buyers, 15 to 20 for sellers, that means $15 to $20 a day for your normal size audience. You can appreciate that $15 a day in Folsom, California, and $15 a day in New York City are going to be two very different things. Because in New York City, where there are 10 million people, my ad is going to be so dissipated that I'll generate some leads, but it's almost, the audience is just so big that you need to have a bigger budget. You're going to have a bigger budget. So be careful for those of you that are near big cities. One of the things I'll do is I'll look at Google Maps and I'll go, okay, let's say the listing is in Sacramento, just to pick a city. Do I want to go Sacramento center mass and then all the way around it? Or is the listing really more in like the eastern part of Sacramento? And then I want to get Sacramento plus some of those suburbs where the more likely buyer pool may be coming from. So just something to be thinking about. That was a long-winded way of saying, if you're going to add locations, so I see people doing this for home value a lot, which to be honest, I wouldn't. I would keep it at just that like Folsom, California, because I want it to be targeted. And even in the ad copier, 88 homes sold in Folsom in March 2026, the highest price home to sell. And remember, we saw that ad from the other client earlier. You can take that exactly, copy it right into here. I can't remember exactly how she had it, but it was like some homes sell fast and some sit on the market. And that's only to show you that you can customize it however you want. I can customize the image. Again, I can do a video. I'm going to change. So to our point earlier, 15 to 20 bucks a day. So I'll say 140. That's 20 bucks a day for 7 days. Again, I can retarget. I got custom audiences and I can get create ad. Now, let me show you. I'm going to untarget. I'm going to hit advanced options. We're going to look at those questions again, because this is a home value ad. Check this out. Form questions. What's your time frame to sell is checked like normal. But now that it's home value, I'm going to look at these questions. I'm going to think, what would be a good question for home value? And I might say, get your home value plus instant cash offer. Like it's a optional bonus. Ooh, cash offer. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3? Yep, I'm going to do that one. See my 100-point home marketing plan. So now I've got 4 questions. So it's a home value ad like normal. A lot of people do home value. Nothing special, nothing crazy about that. But what is very cool is I've got 4 questions that I'm going to be able to qualify and engage my home value leads way better than the next person. who is only getting name, email, and phone number. Does that make sense? This should be really exciting for any of you that are thinking about, I've done seller leads or I've done Facebook ads and I couldn't connect with the leads. You're going to read the blog post. We're going to review it one more in a minute here. But again, make sure you got good questions and then follow up. We'll follow up with how they respond. And as always, just click advanced options and create ad. Boom. Completely customizable, but with everything that we've got set up for you and how we got it set up, your focus really needs to be not on how can I mess around with this ad, right? To get it perfect and redo all the presets, get into advanced options. And no, save your energy, save your time for making sure you follow up appropriately based on the questions that you're getting from people. Now, I'm going to put this link into the chat, and then I'm going to review just a couple of things in here again with you. We got about 10 more minutes. Let me know if you have any questions, but anyone doing Facebook ads needs to hear all of this. If that link, if I do postcards and use QR code, does it, if they fill out whatever it is that they go from the QR code to? Does that make sense? So if the QR code is going to a landing page, it won't add them until they complete the landing page. Yeah. 8 reasons your Facebook ads are not working. Number 1, you edit our presets. So as mentioned, unless there's something different, you should edit the budget, bring it up to $10 a day minimum for buyers, 15 to 20 for sellers, and right there, too low a budget, right? So don't edit the presets, do up your budget. Wrong listings or wrong offer. Similar to Fabrice, 16 listings in 2 weeks. 5 are expired, 11 were just marketing with listings to leads. And I know a little bit about what he's doing, and he's marketing aspirational listings that are in that, not all of them, but a lot of them are in that kind of 20 to 40% above the median home price in the area, so that you're attracting move up, move down, relocating out of area, the biggest buyer pool, and more people that have a home to sell. Right? No first-time home buyer has a home to sell. They don't. So if you're concentrating on lower price homes in areas that are more the first-time home buyer demographic, that's great. All right, that's a great segment. But another segment to be conscious with is the one where, hey, you know what? These groups of people or homes in this price range in my area can attract a larger buyer pool and a larger percentage of buyers that have a home to sell. We can be cognizant and conscious of that so that we're getting more bang for the buck. Some homes just look like garbage. They're empty, they're not AI staged, bad curb appeal, bad lighting, bad photos. Those can all make for the wrong listing. A dud ad. If your cost per lead is too high, if you are running an ad, the cost per lead is too high, turn it off. Just turn it off. You don't need to get mad. You don't need to get angry. Just turn it off and rerun it. I do it all the time. The corollary to that, great ads. Keep them running. Okay. And I'm going to show you both turning an ad off and rerunning it. But man, you want to keep that ad running. Don't let it end. That's the there. I don't get mad. Here's my philosophy. I don't get mad when an ad isn't doing well. I just turn it off and I do another one. But I do get mad if I fail to keep a great ad running. That's when I get mad. That's when I literally get angry with myself and I'm like, "Oh, how did I let that ad get turned off?" All right. Not following our training. So just not doing what we said. Remember, Fabrice literally said, the dude literally said, I just do what Scott says. When I asked him, how did you get 16 listings in 2 weeks? How did you get 5 expireds in 2 weeks? He said, I just did what you said. I did for the expireds was I did the calling, I did the texting, I did the emailing. I'm not sure about the door knocking and mailing. I'm sure he did that as well because he said, I do what you say. And then he markets 3 listings a week. He's got ads running. He does the e-flyer to his database Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday, right? Even it out. He's calling through his database, as we saw in there, all right? He's using the nearby homeowner letter. He's sending out 100 at a time. I got to get a little bit more information about his cadence. What most people do to be successful, they send out 100 nearby homeowner letters during just listed or open house, and then 100 at just sold. And it works phenomenal. Before you generate your first lead, make sure your follow-up is dialed in. All right. Know what you're going to do, whether it's listings to leads, which is totally fine, or you got a CRM, Bold, Follow Up Boss, Lofty, whatever it is. Make sure the leads are getting to where they need to be at. Because you can start generating leads quick. Oh, man. You do not want to be in the position where a week into it, you're sitting there going, holy crap, I'm not following up properly. Everything is a mess. All right. You can get started that way. Again, if you're going to use listings to leads, great. Use listings to leads if that's what you're going to do. But if you've got another CRM, get it connected. It only takes a few minutes. Get better at lead follow-up and lead gen. So being consistent, taking a look at the ad responses, and I gave you some examples again right here. And then just keep doing it. All right. Keep doing it. Don't get mad. Oh, I got a bad lead. All right. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to get bad leads, but you're going to get good leads. You're going to have great conversations with people. You can't be scared about follow-up. Right. You cannot hide behind email and text messages. You do have to make the phone call. All right. I highly recommend it. Now, the last 2 things I want to show you. If you've got an ad that's running and it's the cost per lead, let's say, is just higher than what you want. From our training for the buyers, I always say in most areas, if it's over $6 a lead, I'm turning it off. If I'm in a high price area or it's a high price listing, maybe that's a little bit different. But on average, if it's over $6 for a buyer lead, I'm turning the ad off. For sellers, it depends on what it is, but pending sold over 15, home value over 20, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to redo the ad. Sometimes it's just easy as turning it off and then rerunning it as new does the trick. Don't edit a currently running ad unless it was literally just run. Like I did an ad and I forgot to do the questions. Then you can go edit and edit it. Otherwise, turn it off and just go redo it as normal. Just go redo it as normal. Now, if the ad is doing great and you're getting $3.10 a cost per lead, you're getting name, you're getting email, you're getting phone number, you've got 5 questions, right? Price reduced, time frame to buy, what do you need help with right now? What's most important in your next home? And maybe another one or not. But you're getting great responses. You're having great follow-up. You don't want the ad to end. So what you're going to do is, it's still on. Click edit. Oh, sorry. Click edit. Yeah. Okay. And it will take us to the edit section. Scroll down to budget. And then under the budget, you see I got 140. So whatever it is, let's say it said 50, that's the current budget. And I want to have a total budget of 100. So I'm at another 50 and I'll extend the date. So I added some money to it. I extended out the ending date and just hit update. And that way the ad will not end. It'll keep running. I know people that have had ads running for 6 months. For 6 months. I know people that have got over $6,000 into one ad. A home value cash offer ad. I believe I reviewed. In fact, I know I reviewed it last week. But the ad that we looked at a little earlier, yeah. Oh, over here, right? That's a just sold listing. And we looked at the home value, which I really liked. Let's take a look at that one last time on the way out. So she has 32 homes sold in X area last month. But what stood out wasn't the number, it was how differently they were priced. Some sold quickly and strong with strong activity, others sat longer, even at similar price points. If you've been wondering where your home might fall right now, you can take a look here. She's got the little emoji. Great looking home. It's the kitchen, which I like that a lot. Looking at the outside of a home, all of our homes are so different. Depending on the areas and so on, kitchens can be a little bit more similar. So I don't know how similar that kitchen is for that area, but I assume it must be because she's doing well, right? In the last week or in the last 4 or 5 days, spent 66 bucks, 11 total leads, $11 a lead. And again, and I even broke it out here. So here are all 6 of those leads. Just thinking, yes to what my home could sell for right now. Yes to the marketing plan. 12 plus months, yes, yes. Just thinking, yes. 3 to 6 months, yes, yes. 12 plus months, yes, no. And then the last one, just thinking, no. So 4 of them said yes to both questions, right? 12 plus, 1, 3, 6, 3 to 6 months. A couple of them are just thinking, which you never know what just thinking means. Some people are like, oh, we're just thinking, and they're going to list it in 30 days. You just don't know. But she's got name, email, phone number, plus a lot of great responses there. A lot of great responses. Man, that's awesome. I love it. Any questions from me before we go? No, once it ends, you're going to want to start over. Because the issue is the algorithm would be different anyways, and you have no idea. Are you are you is your actual cost per lead? Yeah, no, just do it as new. Yeah. Aaron, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see here. I'm going to give you the post webinar satisfaction survey, and I would be very satisfied if you clicked on this and filled it out. Let me know. I want to make sure that we're providing actionable content for you to take and start growing your business. Start growing that business. And again, for those of you that missed it, this is literally, and I was thinking, this is last night. And we're doing our Zoom, or I keep saying last night before because today's Wednesday. Yeah. So, anyways, 16 listings in 2 weeks. Wow. I've never even seen that. I just never seen that. I'm sure a big team has done 16 listings, and he's a single agent. I think he may have an assistant. I don't think so. I think he's just pure single agent. Because I was saying earlier, I've seen team come, oh, we did 16, and they find they got like 10 agents, right? Can you run more than one type of the ad at a time? Yeah, 100%. Yep. Oh, Mohammed. All right, dude, wait. And I want everyone to just wait 1 second. But now this is for you, my man. And I wrote this post for you. I should have tagged you and I didn't, but hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Wow. Then your next listing. Are you ready? No, hold on 1 second. Just give me a second, because how important, there we go. How important is a Facebook page? So I know some of you, and somebody in particular who's on this call, your Facebook page, especially, I see this a ton on Instagram. It is so annoying because I could be in your area and all you've got is Scott Pierce Realtor. And I cannot tell for the life of me, looking at your Instagram, what the hell market do you cover? And sometimes people's Facebook pages, I'll literally see someone's face. I'm like, I can't make heads or tails of what area you cover. So, anyways, how important, I'm going to put this link into the chat. Give me 1 second. Let me put this link and I'll just do a 30-second overview. Adria, I'm looking at joining. Yeah, 10 listings at a time. All that means is you have 10 listings in your account at a time. So if you normally have, how many listings do you normally carry? Like how many listings do you normally have where you're actually listed? Because you can upgrade from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and then I think unlimited after that, maybe, or something. Like there's 3 levels. But for most people, 10 at a time, and they're rotatable. If I sell a listing or I'm borrowing a listing to market and I don't want to keep marketing it the week after, I just delete it, add another listing. Yep. Andrea, let me know if that answers your question for you. Thank you. All right, Mohammed and everybody else. So this is good for everybody, just in case. Does your page name affect paid ad delivery cost? No, not directly. Blah, 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 blah. However, the page name does affect what happens when somebody sees your ad. So if your page name is some kind of cute, oh no, Andrea, you get unlimited landing pages, unlimited, all that other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. You can create unlimited landing pages, but yeah, for the listings, you get 10 of everything, all the stuff. Yeah. But back to your page names, just cutting to the chase, you want it to be like your name, area, realtor. Sarah Mitchell, Folsom and El Dorado Hills homes, right? Where you got homes in there, you got the word real estate. So they'll know you're a realtor, right? So you want your name. I want my name to be branded, but I don't want just my name. So if you do Folsom and El Dorado Hills homes, or Folsom and Placer County homes, or Folsom and Placer County real estate, they know who I am, what I do, and where I do it. So please take a look, the Mitchell Group. Okay, great. The Mitchell Group. Now, the Mitchell Group Sacramento home sales, right? But then if you want to operate under a team, that's cool. I do having your name in there. So, anyways, and there's a few more examples, right? Bad, John Smith, bad, Remax Town Center, right? One's too vague, one's too corporate. So, John Smith, San Diego Homes. Perfect. I know where you're at. I know who you are. I know what you do. San Diego Real Estate Guide with John Smith. I mean, it's a little bit long, but it's fine because, again, I know where, I know what, and I know who. So please take a look at your Facebook page that you're running your ads off of. Take a look at your Instagram page and make sure you're not being cute, all right, with some whatever, and that you get it set up so that people aren't guessing. Because here's the problem. I could be on Instagram and I'm looking for homes in North Carolina and use the keywords North Carolina homes. I'm looking at homes and some people in the area, and other people are going to still pop up because I still got my normal feed. And so now I'm looking at all of these people on Instagram, and you come along and it says Eco de Global, or it says Scott Pierce, or it says Remax Town Center. Who are you? What do you do? And where do you do it? So try to make sure it's your name, real estate, homes, home, whatever, and then your location. All right. Northern California, El Dorado Hills, whatever. Does that make sense for everybody? And it's a great post. I really recommend this post. I did ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, and I did very light editing on the Claude response. And then I threw in something from Gemini that I thought was different enough, but still pertinent and valuable for you. So yeah, I would highly recommend taking a quick look at that and make sure we get everything dialed in for our socials. Because again, it's annoying. I'll look at people's Instagram. I'm like, I know you're an agent because you told me. And this is the one that you've got connected in listings to leads. It could be a lot better. So, anyways, with that, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, let our support team know. Get into the mastermind group. Let us know how you're doing. We'll talk to you soon.